Okay, let's continue with this after a short break.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pizza Hut in Nagoya is introducing its Sicilian-style pizza.
Nagoya Radio is located in Nagoya City, one of the biggest cities in Chubu District. They bring us nothing but good music 24 hours a day. They are not the ordinary FM radio station. You can listen to them via internet.
Real Radio is now online.
So what does real radio mean to you?
Okay, when we say real radio, most people think of real radio as you have a tower, you have expensive real estate, and you have a lot of people and you have a lot of expenses. Well, we don't have that. We don't have any of that. So we're online, but we're real radio people.
Real radio people?
Yeah, we all worked in radio.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is radio, even though it's online. So people, we're trying to get people to understand that when you click on our site, it's not a website, it's a radio station.
I see.
So it's exactly what we always did in radio, but it's online.
I see.
And real radio is actually the future. Online radio is the future of radio. But the other stations don't know that yet. So,
You're right.
So that's what we mean by real radio. We're not just some kids, you know, who just decided to make a blog. We're not a blog. We're not a website. We're a radio station.
I see.
And that's what we mean by that. It's fun, but we're very serious about radio. So don't call us a blog or a website. No.
It's
radio. It's radio.
Okay, I see. So what kind of response did you get from your listeners?
Very positive response. Everyone's very excited. We get a lot of people from Radio I and a lot of people that listen to my show. And a lot of people who like radio in Nagoya, they're very happy they can actually listen to it online. And so everyone's very excited. We're also getting listeners from Yokohama and Fukuoka and Kiribati, I'm not sure where that is, and Fiji and Taiwan and a lot of different places. So very good.
Cool. As many of you have remembered, there used to be an FM station called Radio I, a foreign language broadcasting station until the end of last September. Mark Bailey, he was a very own DJ at Radio I. So could you tell us about your show at the Radio I?
So at Radio I, my show, I always tried to make it really fun. So the sound that we tried for is that you get in your car and you turn it on and you think, am I in New York? And I'm getting a New York station. So we try to make it sound like a New York radio station. And the New York radio stations are very loud, and they play loud music, and the DJs are loud, and the jokes are loud. So it's kind of a loud show. That's what we did. It was a lot of fun.
Cool. Before Radio I, there was an English broadcasting radio station called WVTC, established by the U.S. Occupation Forces in September back in 1945. WVTC started radio broadcast by using NHK Nagoya facilities. It is said that local people were so surprised as they listened songs and talk shows in English, which they had never heard them before. After several years, they became independent as FEN, Far East Network of Nagoya, and led the music culture until they went off the air in September in 1963. Some of the famous jazz musicians nowadays were the listeners of FEN Nagoya. Radio I started service in April 2000 as a foreign language broadcasting station for the first time in 37 years. However, they have stopped broadcasting on September the 30th because of faltering advertising revenue. So what kind of thoughts went through your mind when you heard the news about Radio I, to be honest?
I wasn't surprised, actually, when I heard it. And everyone else was shocked, but I was shocked that they lasted for 10 years. I thought they would only last 5 years.
Okay.
So but also it was very lonely as well. I felt bad for the listeners and the fans, and the people that worked at Radio I, and so I love radio. So I felt that we needed to kind of continue radio somehow. It can't just die like that. It has to continue.
Even though they lost their radio station, they still can make use of information technology. Internet is much more useful these days. Okay, so what is your future plan for Nagoya Radio?
Right now we have 2 shows. What we want to do is play a little less music, have more original programming, and of course sponsored. And we want this because sponsors, we love sponsors. Sponsors give us money. So the more programs we have, the more sponsors we have, and then the more sponsors we have, the more we're able to do with our radio station. So that's for NagoyaRadio.com, we want more and more original programming, especially that has something to do with Nagoya. So people, when they turn it on, they say, this is a Nagoya station, because we're in Nagoya, we live and work in Nagoya, and we're for Nagoya. So even though we're online, we're for Nagoya. So that's the plans for NagoyaRadio.com. And then in this month, January 11th, 1111 at 111, we launched bilingualradio.fm.
Okay, so that means a new project, right?
That's right, new radio station.
New radio station.
So we're not closing Nagoya Radio. Nagoya Radio is for Nagoya, and bilingual radio is for all of Japan.
Wow.
And so we're working on individual stations in each city. So for example, OsakaRadio.com, YokohamaRadio.com. The names are all a little bit different, but eventually we're going to have a station in every city. And we do that because we want sponsors in every city. So the new sound, bilingualradio.fm, is a little less rock and, excuse me, more dance and more targeted to women, because we think that Japanese females maybe are the only ones that have money to spend right now, right? So I don't have money. Maybe Japanese females have money.
Yeah, I think so too.
So that's the future plans, and we're very excited. We have 11 people on staff, and we're still hiring more and more people. So if any of your viewers think they could do a show, we'd like them to contact us, because we'd like to recruit people to do more and more shows.
Great.
So that's our plans.